Hey, this is a rerecord up. Be right back. Be right back, baby. With no squeals, just a normal reading comprehension from Telonics. That's me. Yay. Okay, if you found this video, congrats. I've got some great news for you, said Inspector Gadget. HQ doesn't need us back till the week after next. Chip Quimby said it can be as much of a vacation for us as it will be for him. He frowned. Does that sound odd to you? Penny was silent. She was standing by the window of her hotel room, gazing out across the London skyline. That gives us a whole week to enjoy London, Gadget went on, and maybe other places in the UK which no one has heard of. I thought we might take the Gadget Mobile and go in search of that Shakespeare guy in Stratford upon Avon. I wonder if there's a beach there. Penny managed to smile and look interested, and went down to breakfast with her uncle and Brain. As only guide dogs were allowed in the hotel, Brain was dressed in his tourist outfit with a Hawaiian shirt. Penny wasn't hungry. There was a phone call she was longing to make. As soon as breakfast was over, she made an excuse about getting tourist information, went to reception, and took out her private phone. She found details of the hospital where Talon had been taken. She had to call 3 different numbers before she found someone who could tell her what ward he was on. She learned little. He was stable. He had passed a comfortable night. We don't really know much about him. You're Americans? Are you a member of the family? He doesn't seem to have any next of kin. Could you please shut up, chicken? Penny hung up. She spent the morning pretending to enjoy Uncle Gadget's treat, a riverboat cruise on the Thames. She saw the Houses of Parliament and Tower Bridges in the MTV studios, and then they had a lunch at a riverside cafe. All time she was thinking talent, talent, talent. It was terrible when Uncle Gadget was being so kind and giving her a vacation. That's that just that she just wanted to be with the nephew of Dr. Claw. She kept remembering last night, defeating Talon yet again, pouring out all her feelings for him, soaring across these London skylines, and then Talon's accident. Smack into Nelson's column, Penny's life had always been like a cartoon. She wasn't used to people getting hurt. By early afternoon, she was sick with worry. They were walking along the South Park. South Park. What the fuck? South Bank. Past second-hand book stalls and street vendors, with teenage boys navigating the skateboard ramps. The sight of them made Penny think all the more of Talon. This was so unfair. Just as their relationship had been getting somewhere, Talon had even said he would live mad for her. He would live mad for her. She turned to her uncle. Would it be okay if I had some me time? Meet you back in the hotel at 4? I thought I might do some shopping. She knew Uncle Gadget hated department stores. Uncle Gadget looked disappointed but nodded. You're sure you'll be okay? I've got codex, a computer watch, and rocket boots. I can do self-defense, leap buildings. I think I'll be fine. She hadn't meant to sound so sarcastic, or to lie again. Penny frowned. Already, she was becoming like Talon. Yes, of course you will. Uncle Gadget sounded just a little sad. See you later then. He walked. See you later then. Yun, bagay. He walked off quickly, following the Thames as if it were a road map. Brain stayed a moment longer. Penny avoided his eyes. Oh, don't look at me like that. Someone's hurt. I care about him. Brain made a small sound of concern for her. Then he went off after Uncle Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Why is Penny took a deep breath. She hoped Talon knew what she was doing for him. She had already put her whole career on the line by letting him escape justice and deceiving Chip Quimby. She found the hospital using her Codex GPS system. A bus would be more discreet, but she had to know now. She lifted off the ground and flew over the heads of astonished tourists back towards central London. She found the ward without too much trouble. It was a children's ward. That wouldn't please Talon. It was lucky British healthcare was free. She couldn't see Dr. Claw paying medical bills. Did he know what had happened to Talon? A friendly nurse directed her towards a small private room just off the main corridor. Penny felt rather sorry for Talon. Other kids had cards and balloons and visitors. Talon's room had nothing and no one. A villain's life was a lonely one. She should have bought him something, like yourself. He was sitting up in bed in a hospital nightshirt with a bandage on his forehead. He looked rather lost, but as he saw Penny, his face lit up before settling into its usual look of confidence, charm, and cunning. For once, he said nothing but hugged her as she went over to him. Penny took a chair beside the bed. "How are you?" "I'm good. Well, as good as I'll ever be. They're keeping me in, just to be sure. They did a brain scan this morning." Penny couldn't resist it. Did they find something? Did they find anything? Why? Talon looked surprised. Then Penny heard his high-pitched shriek of laughter. The nurse looked in, briefly. Hospitals weren't used to a villain's laugh. "Ha! That was brilliant! That couldn't be me! You're learning!" He leaned back on his pillow. "I'd have been dead last night if you hadn't caught us. I won't forget that, Pen, nor what you said." He looked into her eyes. "You did mean it, didn't you?" Penny nodded. "Me too." Penny took his hand. Talon was looking thoughtful. "If we're gonna make a go of this, I need to get out of bed. All the good plans lately have been mine. Uncle Claus getting crazier. I always knew he was one hot dog short of a baseball game, but I think it finally flipped. You know he's talking about leaving Mad to Mad Cat." "What? If he thinks I'm taking orders from anything with 4 legs, so come back to HQ, I told you." "Well, maybe." Talon paused. "Penny, I was gonna come see you, even before last night. I've discovered something. Don't want Uncle Claw to find out, nor HQ. You're the only one I can turn to." Penny leaned closer. She had never known him like this before. His voice was quiet, and he sounded genuinely worried.
She went on listening. "When I did my PhD, the computer science one, I did my thesis on artificial intelligence. There were reports, no more than rumors, that someone had created an AI that was absolutely equivalent to a human brain. They basically created an electronic person, but one of massive ability, 70 times higher than the greatest human IQ."
Penny was still gazing into his eyes, losing herself in the deep, dark pools. But every word was going straight into her mind. His voice was almost hypnotic. She wished he'd use it at this level more often. He would make a great teacher. "It was created by 2 scientists at an institute so secret that even the government doesn't know about it. They were so terrified of its power that they hid it somewhere within the internet, at a level even deeper than the dark web. Then soon after both the scientists disappeared." Huh? Then soon after, both the scientists disappeared. It was still only a rumors, but it was said that the AI had decided they didn't exist. Penny's heart beat faster. Why are you telling me? You're an investigator, Pen. You're the best agent there is. If only the rest of the world will open its eyes. I can't investigate this myself without Uncle Claw finding out. He'd want the AI for himself. And frankly, he can't even do Facebook. If your HQ got it, then the government will get access to it. And no country should be that powerful. But you and me, we're somewhere in between. We're cleverer than Mad at HQ. If anyone finds this, it should be us. Why am I fighting so bad? Penny gave him a look. And what would you do with it? Become king of the world, right? With me as your queen? Talon didn't answer that. He went on talking in his hushed voice, sounding almost reverential. Your precious world gonna be much safer with intelligent people in command. But there's another reason we need to find it, Pen. Another rumor, Uncle Claw's afraid. There's talk of another secret organization out there, much stronger even than MAD. No one quite knows who's in charge, but they're calling it the network. If the network gets the AI, none of us will be safe. Penny felt her blood run cold. All her life, Mad had been her greatest enemy. Now, a whole new network? How was HQ going to cope with this? Did they even know? Look into it, yeah? Then, if you find the AI, we can decide what to do. You gotta wake up. Did you hack our system again? A slight smirk came to Talon's face. Penny paused. So, what do I do? Talon went on with his story. There's a girl I know back in Metro City. Her name's Ruby. She's a brilliant computer scientist, even better than me. And you know I will say that easily. We were students together. He saw the way Penny was looking at him and grinned. It wasn't what you're thinking. I respect her, that's all. But if anyone can track this thing, Ruby will. She lives on the east side, minus 98th Street. Minus 98th Street? You won't find it on any map, but I can help you track it. Get my watch. It's in the locker. I hate my voice. Penny found his computer watch in the top drawer. It was the same one he'd worn at concert hall, with the purple strap and cat-shaped screen. I set everything up for you. You'll find maps and contacts. A way to contact me if you get stuck. There's just one problem. To get to Ruby, you need to go through Zack and Jack. Zack and minus 98th Street is their territory. Zack's Ruby's brother, but you need to be careful of him, Pen. He's bad news. He makes me look like Peter Pan. Oh, great. Obviously, he respects me, which is where the subterfuge comes in. To get around Zack, you need to be me. So, how can I be you? I was you once, remember? There's a holographic disguise set up on there. My wonderful self, in every detail. So, recap. I'm laid up here. Uncle Claw won't know where I am or care. And you're a free agent for a week. So, you can snoop around as Pretty Penny or tantalizing Talon. And once you see Zack and then Ruby, you can really start to learn more. He gave Penny a sly smile. Anywho, I just know that I would be safe with you. Ang pangit ng boses ko. Ba't ganon? Ang pangit. Ba't ganon? I forgot the voice of Talon. Anywho, I just know the AI will be safe with you. Penny wasn't sure. This sounded like a typical Talon plan. Cunning, high-tech, and far too complicated. He was more like his uncle than he realized. He held up the watch. Why should I just take this to HQ? Tell them everything you just told me. Talon was still smiling, but his eyes narrowed a little. You do, and that watch will self-destruct. I've got a remote control. I can make it go boom, and I will if it gets as far as reception of HQ. Unless HQ needs some new open plan offices. I really wouldn't. It's for your eyes only, darling. Penny's eyes narrowed in return. She might have known Talon would make a complex boyfriend. Talon went on talking. It's a straight choice. Either we get the AI, or Mad does, or the network does. Which do you want? We're all on his trail. Penny thought for a moment. Then she strapped the watch onto her right wrist. Her own computer watch was still on the left. Talon smiled. Good girl, he yawned. Now, are you gonna let this invalid get some rest? Report back when you find anything. Oh, I forgot one last thing. What's that? Talon leaned over towards Penny. This. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He pressed his lips against hers. Penny held on to him. For a moment, suddenly working for him seemed to make a perfect sense. Her brain was saying this was a terrible idea, but her heart wasn't listening. Talon had once claimed to find romance gross. He must have grown up a little. She drew back. How can I just go back home? Uncle Gadgets want to see the half of the UK. That'll be EUTY. What? Entirely up to you. Talon grinned. See you when I'm up and about again? Penny paused, then she nodded. She gave him a final hug, then quickly turned and left, closing the door after her. Talon lay quietly back on the pillow and closed his eyes. He waited until she had safely done. Then a big fat smirk spread across his face. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, my voice is so bad. He sprang out of the bed. It was as if Penny had brought him back to life. He reached beneath the bedclothes and produced his usual control bracelet. Snapping it around his wrist, he made some adjustment. The hospital attire flickered and was replaced by the jeans and white shirt he had worn as Carlo. He collected his jet boots from the bottom of the locker and strapped them on. Then he went out onto the ward. At the desk, a young, attractive blonde nurse looked surprised. You're still here? I thought we discharged you. An hour ago, I told you. The doctor says you can go. Talon gave her a charming smile. Just couldn't get away. You forgot this. The nurse gave him his discharge paper. You need to sign here. You need to sign there. Talon took the pen and scribbled a big flamboyant signature. Then he handed the papers back. There's an autograph for you. Keep it. Put it on eBay. The nurse giggled. Talon gave her a wink, walked out of the ward, and took the lift on to the ground floor. Outside the hospital, he fiddled with the bracelet again and again. He flickered, and again he flickered and transformed. A new Talon appeared. His hair was still spiked. He still wore combat suit, control bracelet, gloves, and boots, but everything was now pure black. In the place of the mad logo on his belt was a golden T. The bandage had gone from his forehead, leaving a faint scar that gave a dangerous edge to his good looks. People shrank away from him as he passed by. He was still smirking. Power, Penny, and pretty nurses? What a day! Another press at the control bracelet opened a G portal with a yell of malicious glee. Talon ran at it, leaped into the whirlpool, and disappeared. Woo! I gotta tell you that the design of Talon Claw is so good. The spiky hair gave him a resemblance of being a claw. That's a good design. DHX or Wild Brain or whatever who created Talon, I salute you. And I'm very thankful that Talon must exist in the Inspector Gadget because the fans have been shipping Gadget and Penny. I was so very, you know, disgusted and disappointed a little. But that is life. You gotta ship someone who is close wherever. Anywho, I really hate, I really hate the fic that I just read. I hate it. Okay, be right back. Chapter 3. Penny was halfway back to the hotel, this time by bus. When she remembered her cover story about a shopping trip, she had better make it real. She got off at Oxford Street and spent an hour in the cheaper shops that were affordable on a junior agent salary. She found herself looking at new clothes and perfume and all the things she used to think were soppy. Normally, 2 new hoodies, 2 new pairs of jeans, and some hair bands. And her shopping was over. Now she was thinking, Talon would like that. Purple, that's Talon's color. She finished up almost broke with 3 loaded carrier bags. Then she bought herself a small hot chocolate in a cafe, sat at a table outside and took the opportunity to investigate Talon's watch. It was very him. It contained all sorts of flashy apps he would never need. Then the messaging system she had successfully hacked. A miniature game about zombies. And several phone numbers, which she was annoyed to see were mostly those of girls. Then she found a folder named Penny Talon. It contained everything it said: maps, contact lists, and a file named Holo Disguise Pental. Penny hesitated, then she opened it. She heard a small scream from a girl at the next table, and several others were staring at her. She looked in the window of the cafe and saw she had transformed into Talon with his purple mad uniform and spiked hair. Why? I need to voice this. I need to. Oh, wowzers! Her voice had changed to Talon's too. Everyone was looking scared. Penny quickly finished her chocolate, took her bags, and ran. People were getting out of her way, scared by her menacing appearance and a gum gun at her belt. No wonder Talon had so few friends. She had often wondered what it felt like to be him. It was quite fun. No one wanted to come up and greet you, but they sure respected you. She decided to try the voice again. Yeah, sure, Uncle Claw. Hey, pretty Penny. Anywho, my voice. A passing elderly couple gave her a stare. Penny looked to the ground. The shopping bags didn't match the picture at all. Penny giggled. She wondered what Talon's fellow mad operatives would think if they found him carrying girls' stuff and scent bottles. The giggle came out as Talon's evil chuckle. She caught sight of a huge van as it rounded the corner. As it drew nearer, Penny Talon suddenly saw the mad logo on the side. She hadn't time to cry out as the van stopped beside her and two purple uniformed madmen leaped out and grabbed her and bundled her inside. Her shopping was left strewn all over the road. The door slammed and the van moved on. Penny caught her breath. Was this how Dr. Claw treated Talon? No wonder he spent his life snarking. She was in the mood to be Talon now. His voice was much better for this. What do you think you're doing? Attacking me? Kidnapping? She paused. Do you know who I am? The big guys in purple looked sheepish. Sorry, sir, but the boss said it was urgent. Penny saw one of the usual mad computer banks built into the side of the van. This vehicle must be used for surveillance. It stank of takeaway food. One of the madmen operated controls. Penny saw a flickering screen. Then she felt a little surge of horror as she heard the voice of Dr. Claw. She could only see part of his upper body, clad in purple, plus the arms of a leather chair. On the right arm sat a smirking madcat. Talon, why are you still in London? After that miserable failure at the concert, I expected you back in Metro City. Oh my god, my voice is so bad. Penny hadn't time to think. Sorry, Uncle Claw. Something came up. She became aware of the mad operative staring at her in amazement. Sorry? There was a blow over the screen. Don't you ever let me hear you use language like that again. You weren't brought up to be polite. Penny tried harder to sound like Talon. Yeah, so what are you gonna do about it then? That's better. Now, what happened? That nerdy girl Penny blew up my plans. You're lying! I saw the concert! It was Gadget, wasn't it? Penny Talon saw his metal claw slam down on the arm of the chair. Madcat went flying onto the floor. I'm sick and tired of your blaming that little girl for everything. just because you can face responsibility for Gadget defeating you? Penny was feeling simultaneously furious at Talon and sorry for him. Did he have to go through this every day? It was like a mirror image of her own life, having to explain everything to her uncle. She understood why Talon wanted to leave mad. The van is heading straight for the G portal. The London kidnapped and assault team will bring you home. Now, I have a new plan for you to undertake. It's time we made use of those 20-foot tall mechanical It's time we made use of those 20-foot tall mechanical tarantulas, and I need you to train their other operatives. 20-foot tall mechanical tarantulas, thought Penny. Of course. This could prove a useful chat. So, what do I do with the tarantulas, Uncle Claw? We roll them up across the city. Everyone's scared of spiders. The whole city will become a virtual bathroom. And what do people do when they see spiders? They run? Exactly! And when everyone runs away, we shall have the city for ourselves. There was a laughter both from Dr. Claw and from Mad Cat as she clambered back into his lap. Penny was starting to think Talon was right. This guy was completely cuckoo. She knew she shouldn't be doing this, but maybe she could turn the situation to advantage. How rude could Talon get away with being? She managed to copy his sneer. Is that the best you can do? Oh, and I suppose you got a better idea? Like, totally. Penny was growing in confidence. The impression was getting better. How's about... She thought fast. She needed something that wouldn't harm anybody. How's about we use them to hold up... How's about we use them to hold up traffic across the city at intersection? She listed all the main intersections of Metro City. Then, when the city's gridlocked and no one can get to work tomorrow, we can take over all the office stores, public libraries. She realized the madmen were looking at her with new respect. Hey, she was good at being talent. There was a grunt of approval from Dr. Glow. That's not bad, or rather, it is bad. Very well, but I still want to scare people and make them go squee. Okay, Uncle Claw, we'll make them go squee. See you back at the base. By the way, Mad Cat ate your dinner. There was more maniacal and feline laughter than... feline pala. There was more maniacal and feline laughter than the screen went black. Penny looked round at the madmen and smiled before remembering who she was supposed to be. One of the men looked awestruck. You're so brave, sir. I'd rather never talk to him like that. Ay, mali. You're so brave, sir. I'd never dare to talk to him like that. Goes with the territory, Penny Talon said. Now, look at this. Look, you two. Both madmen leaned closer as Penny pointed to Talon's watch. Then quickly she grabbed them and knocked their heads together. As they reeled backwards, she made a lunge for the rear doors of the van. She engaged her rocket boots, which currently looked like talons, and soared into the sky. She hadn't time to go back for her shopping bags. So much for this month's pay. She investigated the holo disguise further and worked out how to cancel it. Passing a skyscraper with mirrored walls, she was relieved to see herself become Penny again. She headed back towards the hotel. When she knocked and entered Uncle Gadget's room, she found him busy packing, throwing jackets, shoes, and toiletries in the wrong bags. Hey, where did you get to? I've been trying to call you. Penny realized she hadn't looked at her own communication for hours. Sorry, Uncle Gadget, I bumped into an old friend. What's happening? Chip Quimby sent us a new mission. Penny saw a burn marks on the wall. It's an emergency. All leave cancelled. Someone is using 20-foot tall mechanical tarantulas to hold up traffic across Metro City. Did you ever hear a diabolical scheme like that? Inspector Gadget threw all their language into the Gadget mobile and bundled Penny and Brain inside. Penny hadn't time to say farewell to London as the jeep portal opened and Uncle Gadget drove straight through. The pleasure of seeing home again quickly ended as they found themselves right at the back of the huge traffic queue. It was as if several states, cars, and trucks and motorbikes had been crammed into just one city. For once, it wasn't hard to see the reason for the gridlock. Huge metal spiders loom over every building. Seated in the cockpits mounted on top were purple uniformed mad operatives. There were cars honking, screams, and yells. Penny bit her lip. Dr. Claw certainly moved fast. She only hoped that neither HQ nor Mad found out she was responsible for this. She had only meant to find an excuse to get them home, not give Mad total domination. She had better help sort this out fast. On the other hand, Talon would certainly be pleased with her. "Fear not," Uncle Gadget said. Where am I? "I was several years in the traffic police before becoming a world-renowned crime fighter and battler of supervillains, and I'm very good at removing spiders. Now, we just need a very large glass and a picture postcard." "What? Why?" In the back seat of the Gadget-mobile, Brain covered his eyes. For the second time that afternoon, Penny thought fast. She put a video call into the Chief Quimby. "Chief, I think I know what's going on. I hacked Mad Systems. It's just a hunch, but I think they might be concentrating their attacks on Intersection." She gave all the same numbers she had given to Dr. Claw. "If you mount helicopter attacks on all the tarantulas there..."
Good. Good thinking, Penny. Good thinking, Penny.
Said Chip Quimby.
I'll meet you there.
I'll meet you there, said Gadget. "Go, Gadget, helicopter." "Copter, bitch, it's copter." Go, Gadget, copter." The blades emerged from his hat, and he was straight out through the sunroof. Penny gave a yell. "Uncle Gadget, there's no one's driving!" It didn't matter. The cars weren't moving anyway. Penny left Brain to operate the autopilot. Then she used her jet boots and flew in the opposite direction from Uncle Gadget. In case the helicopter attacks didn't work, she needed a backup plan. She landed at the side of one of the main roads into the city. Then she assumed her Talon disguise. There was one of the tarantulas here. The mad guy operating it saluted her. She saluted curtly back. "Master Talon, the boss is looking for you. He wanted you to drive one of these things." "I'll be right up," said Penny Talon. She swooped up beside him. "Now!" She took a quick look at the control panel and began to press buttons. The mad guy looked nervous. "Sir, I think that's the self-destruct. I think that might be a self-destruct chain reaction you're setting up there. Sir, I think that the..." Wiset! Hindi ko nakuha yung yung maganda poses! Nabulol ako. Ulit. Mas maganda sana eh. Okay, enjoy this. If you're actually listening to this record, I hope you like what I'm doing right now because I'm really not enjoying this at all. Enjoy my voice, baby. "Sir, I think that's the self-destruct. I think that might be a self-destruct chain reaction you're setting up there. Sir, I think it's the ejector seat." Is that good? With a yell, he disappeared into a nearby florid display that said, "Welcome to Metro City." Unlike Penny Talon, he wasn't holding onto the metal framework of the giant spider. I searched metal tarantula spider and I am scared. I am arachnophobic. That's why I'm scared. Penny finished the self-destruct sequence, then took off. 2 minutes later, Every one of the metal spider imploded and began to crumble to dust. And 2 minutes after that, HQ helicopter arrived and their agents arrested the mad operatives. Penny canceled the disguise, then flew to join Uncle Gadget. He was engaged in arresting one of the mad guys himself. You see, spiders are really very clever and industrious creatures, and they keep the flies away. People are quite wrong to be afraid of them. Chip Quimby stepped from the waiting helicopter. First-rate action. Congratulations. Gadget stepped forward to be congratulated, then stared as Chip Quimby walked straight past and shook hands with Penny. You know, Penny, you're not getting the recognition you deserve. We should discuss that promotion. They're gonna hire boss Chip Quimby. I can't do Chip Quimby's voice anymore. I wish I could do it better. I thought this is a say. I failed the challenge. It should be not. You should be not talking any random things during the record. Why? Penny would normally have been thrilled, but she was feeling guilty. She was being congratulated on sorting out the mess she had created. The following morning, she was the heroine of HQ. Everyone wanted to shake hands or hug or send their good wishes. She was cuddled by Kayla and fist bumped by Gary and had jelly donuts sent to her from the canteen. And Chip Quimby made a special entry of merit in her file. Wow. Uncle Gadget took her and Brain out to the lunch. He was being very gracious. I'm proud of you, Penny. Of course, some of my influence was bound to rub off eventually. Penny's unofficial watch beeped. She felt very nervous wearing it at work. She kept remembering the remote control and Talon's threat. Excuse me. Avoiding Brain's eyes, she ran into the restaurant's bathroom. Talon's grinning face appeared on the watch. Who's the hero then? Apparently, I came up with a plan to cause traffic gridlock, which was foiled by the intrepid Penny Gadget. Interesting, since I wasn't even in the city yesterday. He laughed. You got the hang of that disguise. I should be angry, but I'm too busy laughing. Uncle Claus furious. Do not go near him for at least 2 weeks. I won't be. She's respect for the plan, though. Man, you can't be evil. It's weird being you, Penny said. Not sure I like it. Hey, what's not to like? Now, listen. I messaged Zach and Jack last night. They're expecting you. Or rather me. We know that disguise works. Now, so, you go see him tomorrow. HQ's bound to let you have your leave back. Penny hesitated. I don't know, Talon. Remember, Pen. Remember, Pen, this is for us. Why, I get too voiceless for Talon. Remember, Pen, this is for us. He blew her a kiss, then disappeared. Penny went back to join Uncle Gadget and Brain. She was feeling worried. As the heroine of HQ, she should not be going to see a couple of teenage gangsters. That afternoon, they all received emails from Chip Quimby to tell them the rest of their leave was restored. The next morning, Penny hatched a plan. She hated lying, but she had to say something before Uncle Gadget started planning outings or further vacations. I thought I might go uptown this morning. My old school friends in town, Emily. You remember Emily? Do I? We were in the middle school together before I joined HQ. Penny hadn't seen Emily in ages and felt bad at using her name. But she couldn't let Uncle Gadget know where she was going. I thought we might have lunch. Try that new health food bar. Maybe a museum or two. Well, I was young once. Uncle Gadget smiled. Stay in contact, though. You never know when man may be around. Penny gave a sickly smile as usual. She could see that Brain wasn't fooled for a second. She used the information on Talon's watch to locate minus 98 streets in the east of the city. Talon had been right. Somehow it went beyond the age of maps. She got the impression it was a place. She got the impression it was a place few people wanted to go. But with his list of direction, she managed to work out where it was. The nearest bus route ended a mile away. Penny preferred for a walk. She felt very uneasy here. A young girl alone. This neighborhood hadn't seen a street cleaner in some time. Bags of rubbish lay piled up outside houses and apartment blocks. Every window needed cleaning. Men and boys passing by looked at her like foxes eyeing up a chicken. Beneath the sign that said minus 98th Street, someone had added a second sign. Scrawled in red capitals across a piece of corrugated cardboard, it says, Zack and Jack's Place. Keep out. Penny took a cautious look from left to right. She was trained for hostile environments and had faced many in her past investigations, but there had always been someone else not far away. Uncle Gadget, HQ, somebody. Here, she was completely on her own. Stick him up! Penny froze as a teenage boy. Stick him up! Penny froze as a teenage boy stepped from a doorway, putting at her a black gum-free and very real gun. She had no time to react before her assailant raised it to her face and squeezed the trigger. Penny splattered as a jet of dirty water sprayed into her face. Her assailant hooted with laughter. He was a year or so older than her, fat, shaven head with a round, chubby, malicious face and a mean mouth. Despite his black jeans and leather jacket, he resembled nothing so much as an overgrown baby. A pair of wide blue eyes glittered at her. Got you! His face quickly changed to sorrow. Hey, I'm sorry, little girl. Shake and make up. He reached out a hand, still uncertain. Penny took it. A jet of electricity shot through her. Too late! She noticed the large silver ring on the stranger's right hand. Ha! Got you again! You're too easy. Penny was tempted to go straight to martial arts, but remembered she had a mission to fulfill. She took a deep breath. I'm looking for Zack and Jack. Too late. She remembered it was Talon these guys were expecting. So, what do you want, pretty girl? Penny paused. Just wait here. She turned and ran, disappearing around the nearest corner and into a side street. She heard Jack laugh. Hoo, scare you up, did I, baby girl? This gangster, thought Penny, was nothing but a playground bully. She was making a right mess of this mission, but water and electricity had distracted her. Jack must have an account at the joke shop. She would feel more comfortable as Talon. She quickly activated the holy disguise and saw her own slender hands turn into the brown and sinewy hands of the young claw. She started to walk back. Passers-by were looking at her with more respect now. Steering clear as they had in London, everyone in Metro City knew the Mad logo, and quite a few of them had heard of Talon. I'm at the bathroom. I remember recording at the bathroom is much more beautiful than recording to non-bathroom area. Just shut up. Okay, he's good now. Okay. Let's do it, baby. Back at the street corner, she paused. Jack was still there, now picking on two little kids, boys less than half his age. She saw one of them hand a candy bar over to him, the other a few cents that must have been in his Walwick's pocket money. Hey, that's not fair, Jack! You said if we paid you, you'd leave us alone! Jack squirted him with a water pistol, then he produced a small aerosol can. Do you want The fart spray too? Do you? Do you? No! Jack! The other little boy found some money of his own. Here you are. Jack snatched it. Good. Now, pass off. No. Conchana. The boys ran. Jack put the money into his pocket, snickering at himself. Nothing would have stopped Penny intervening, but for the sound of a police siren, she turned and was amazed to see Gadget Mobile entering minus 98th Street. Penny could see Uncle Gadget at the wheel, but who was with him? Jack's eyes glittered. He obviously wasn't a fan of law and order. He reached into his jacket and produced a packet of tin tacks, scattering them all over the road. Hiding and with Talon's face, Penny could do nothing to warn Uncle Gadget. The tires burst, sending the Gadget Mobile skidding to a halt beside Jack. Penny saw its three occupants slowly emerge. There was Uncle Gadget, Brain, and Kayla. Kayla was looking uncertain. I'm not sure I was ready for this mission, Inspector Gadget. I'm only meant to do arson, murder, and jaywalking. There's nothing in my contract about sleazy streets or car crashes. I was right in the middle of paperwork when I... Blah, 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 blah. Jack jeered. Hey, Inspector, who's these little chatterbags you're working with? Can't you get a proper assistant? Penny saw Kayla's lip tremble. Inspector Gadget gave Jack a stern look. I think you need a lesson in manners, young man. Go, Gadget, butterfly net. He'd meant to use it to catch Jack, but the net had no sooner emerged from his hat than Jack produced a miniature flamethrower and set it alight. Gadget splattered as a jet of fire destroyed both the net and then. I'm stuttering, baby. I'm sorry. I sit it on. I love sitting in here. He'd meant to use it to catch Jack, but the net had no sooner emerged from his hat than Jack produced a miniature flamethrower and set it alight. Gadget spluttered as a jet of fire destroyed the boat net in the hat. That's police property. We are here to investigate reports of serial teasing. I must warn you. Jack raised the ring of his other hand and squirted ink straight into Gadget's face. Kayla gave a little squeal as he aimed it at her. No! This blouse was clean on! Penny had had enough. She might look like a mad henchman right now, but no one bullied her uncle and her best friend. She strode back into the street. Hey! Not so fast! You leave him alone! At the sight of Talon, even Jack looked afraid. Talon! We were waiting for you! Penny Talon pointed. What's going on? Jack grinned. This cop and this little girlie and this dopey-dope causing trouble. Brain growled. Penny stepped up to Jack. You leave him alone and stop bullying kids too! Talon? Never bright, Jack now looked totally bewildered. What's up? You used to love this stuff. Penny searched Talon's belt. She didn't want to use any kind of gun, even a gum gun. She found the laser device he had sometimes used and brandished it before Jack. Now, are you gonna leave everyone alone? So, why would I? Penny lowered the device and zapped Jack's belt buckle, still watching from down the street. The two kids hooted with laughter as Jack's jeans came down, revealing a pair of long white underpants with red polka dots. Uncle Gadget and Kayla were laughing too. Jack made a grab for the jeans, but they were already around his ankles. He burst into loud and angry sobs and ran with difficulty. I'll get you for this, Talon! I'm gonna tell Zack on you! Penny Talon stopped smiling. She remembered she was meant to be impressing Zack. Inspector Gadget came slowly forward. I am monumental confused. Aren't you that boy Penny used to like, who tried to frame her for bank robbery? Who did those art tips? Who impersonated an opera singer? Was always putting her in danger? Penny paused. No, that was a completely different bad boy. It is! It's Talon! Never one to shut up for long, Kayla ran forward and kissed Penny Talon on the little cheek. Penny Talon gulped. My hero! My hero! Putak TM nida. Nyari. So, what's going on? Uncle Gadget asked. Have you reformed and turned away from the path of evil and lawlessness? If so, it'll be 2 triumphs today. Penny thought fast. Yup, that's me. It's good Talon from now on. No more men. Inspector Gadget put his arm around shoulders. He didn't even realize belonged to his knees. I'm very proud of you, young Claw. I got cold in... I'm stuttering. Piece of shit. Why? Why are you stuttering, Nix? I'm very proud of you, young Claw. I got called in from leave to deal with that young hoodlum after someone called HQ to report mass extortion of pocket money in a stolen teddy bear. He bent down and picked up a tiny teddy that must have fallen from Jack's pocket. Here it is. I know Penny will be pleased with you. Here it is. I know Penny will be pleased with you too. Sadly, she's on leave today. Why don't you come round for supper tonight and you can see her? Yeah! Great! Now, I think you better come... I think I'm going to try it. Let me try. Now, I think you better come back to HQ with us. And Gadget had only turned towards the Gadget Mobile for one moment, but Penny Talon was already zooming over the rooftops, jets of flame pouring from his boots. Obviously, a crisis of conscience. He examined the ruined tires. Go, Gadget, car jack! In a moment, his left foot turned into a jack. Gadget inserted it beneath the vehicle. Kara, Brain, there are several spare wheels in the back, would you? Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this. Please enjoy my... Oh my god. There's someone fighting on the outside. What do you mean I must round for supper tonight? Talon's eyes widened when Penny told him the news. She was back at the apartment, in her own room. And in her own form, talking to Talon via his watch. Penny was looking more than a little embarrassed. Talon passed a hand over his spiky hair. First, you take credit for messing up a plan that wasn't even mine. Now, it's all round Metro City. That Talon, cool, handsome villain Claw, stood up for 2 little kids and 3 cops, one of whom happens to be a dog. What are you trying to do with me, Pen? Can you stop being good for even 1 minute? Penny couldn't help smiling. You were meant to be talking to Zack and Jack. Merely Zack. Admittedly, Jack never get past speak and spell. Not making enemies of them. Zack's a lot cleverer than Jack, Pen. That when he gets angry, he really gets angry. And Uncle Claw's still looking for me for messing up the tarantulas. You have no talent for being evil. Well, look at the bright side. Everyone's at HQ now thinks you're reformed. You're no longer a wanted boy, and Kayla wants a copy of that picture you gave me. Talon brightened. There's always an upside. So, how are you anyway? I guess the hospital let you go? Oh yeah, I'm good, back in town. So, is Good Boy Claw coming to supper? Talon snickered. Yeah, okay, just for you. I'll even wear my cardigan. Will Kayla be there? Just kidding. Your face! Yeah, yeah. Actually, Uncle Gadget's so pleased a claw has reformed. He invited everyone, but it's Chip Quimby's lunch dinner. Shake is giving a lecture on atomic energy and Gary's flower arranging. It's all happening at HQ! Okay, Pen, what time? 7. We can discuss our... we can discuss our plans after. We can discuss our plans after. The screen of the watch went blank. Kayla was always early, arrived at 6:45, and Penny sat in the lounge talking or listening to her until Talon arrived at 7:10. Kayla made that overthrow of Jack sound as if they captured Bonnie and Clyde, and gave a big squeal of excitement as Talon entered. Same, Kayla, same. Penny stared at him. He had really taken to the part of good Talon. It was the same cardigan he'd worn on their first meeting, but with light trousers and a Save the Whale t-shirt. His hair was combed down, hiding the scar on his forehead. He had a huge bunch of flowers which he gave to Inspector Gadget. Though Penny noticed there were several lilies among them. Uncle Gadget took a sneezed hugely, and blew their cocktail snacks out of the window. Why I'm reading like this? They sat down to Uncle Gadget's spaghetti carbonara. Talon had no idea what he was meant to have done on minus 98th Street, but it didn't matter as Kayla was endlessly retelling the story anyway, or anywho, as Talon would have said. He was so brave! He saved those kids! The gadget mobile in my blouse! He took those trousers down with one shot! Talon smiled modestly. He lowered some spaghetti expertly into his mouth. Talon smiled modestly. He lowered some spaghetti expertly into his mouth. Seems like only last week you tried to slave the world, said Uncle Gadget. It was only last week, Uncle Gadget. Oh, well, anyway, does this mean you'll be treading the path of good from now on? Oh, totally. Maybe coming back to us at HQ? Well, who knows, sir? So, what's your epiphany? What made you turn good? I think Talon reached for Penny's hand and squeezed it. I think Talon reached for Penny's hand and squeezed it. I think it was the love of a good girl. Parang mali yung tone. I think it was the love of a good girl. Okay. Penny didn't know whether to smile or vomit. Kayla was looking very jealous. Talon offered to help clear after the meal, and Penny went into the kitchen area with him. They needed a moment alone. Talon was barely hiding his mirth. How's that for Betulus? I love being boy next door. That was cringeworthy. Ah, cheer up, Pen. Don't you get it? You did something clever after all. We don't have to meet in secret now. Your uncle approves me. He grabbed Penny and gave her a quick kiss, which Penny would have enjoyed more without the spaghetti sauce around his mouth. I can walk in and out of HQ. Come here when I want. All potential charges drop. I'm free. Why I'm reading like this so bad? Fucking hell. Okay, I'm gonna edit this part. No. I'm gonna edit this part. I'm gonna edit this part. How's that for Betulus? I love being boy next door. That was cringe-worthy. Ah, cheer up, Pen. Don't you get it? You did something clever after all. We don't have to meet in secret now. Your uncle approves me. He grabbed Penny and gave her a quick kiss, which Penny would have enjoyed more without the spaghetti sauce around his mouth. I can walk in and out of HQ. Come here when I want. All potential charges drop. I'm free. Penny lowered the dishes into the sink. She hadn't meant to do that at all. Talon came and put his arms around her. Not for the first time, Penny realized how strong he was. Even when you weren't fighting him, it felt like a sexy judo hold. Say, she liked it, though. He was looking into her eyes. Messing up my plans, clearing my name? You wouldn't be trying to reform me, would you? Penny held into him. No way. Making you pay for your crimes is way more fun. They were about to kiss again when Inspector Gadget entered with more dishes. They leaped apart. Talon coughed embarrassedly. I was just looking for this washer tray. Could you please shut up, doggies? Okay, good. I was just looking for dishwasher tablets. Oh, right. Inspector Gadget put the dishes down. On the draining board, he left the room. Interesting place to keep them. Interesting place to keep them. When he had gone, Penny and Talon laughed. Ever dutiful, Penny started to load the dishwasher. She began to realize she was the only one doing any work. Talon hoisted himself up onto the worktop. So, are you coming with me tonight? Where? Little nice, but I know next stage in our plan. It's not safe for us on minus 98th Street anymore, so I fixed to meet Ruby at the club. You like her. I don't seem to like her. Okay, where am I? Little Night Spider, know that. Mali, you like her. Before Penny could say anything else, Gadget re-entered with the spaghetti bowl. Talon leapt down. Inspector Gadget, is it okay if I take Penny out tonight? It's a special meeting of Save the Whales Society. We won't be late. Save the Whales Society. Penny gave Talon several hard looks as soon as they were out of the apartment block. She had said a hasty goodnight to a sulky Kayla. Talon laughed. He's like my uncle. He spent his whole life fooling himself. Penny pulled her red and white anorak around herself. It was a warm evening. Yet she was feeling oddly cold. Talon led her into the city center and into a side street where a flight of steps led down to a basement nightclub. A flickering red neon sign said, Super Villains Club. Penny stared at Talon. Talon, I can't go in there. I'm HQ, one of the good guys. Talon snickered. Save you a lot of time. Half the people HQ wants to arrest are in there. Just don't start being a cop or a spy until I find Ruby. He paused. Better change for the occasion. He pulled up the sleeve of his cardigan to reveal the control bracelet and made some adjustment. He flickered and transformed. Penny backed away slightly as the new black-clad Talon appeared. Whoa! New outfit. New non-mad outfit. It's scary. Penny looked at his spiked hair, tight combat gear, and the golden T on the belt. Actually, I quite like it, but Talon was halfway down the steps. Penny followed. Talon showed an ID card to a burly, dark-suited man on the door. Penny was about to follow him in, but the bouncer barred her away. Hey, where's your fake ID? No one gets in here without false proof of age. It's okay, Colossus, said Talon. I'll send her in. Good. Penny edged past Colossus slowly. She definitely should not be here. Inside the club, the music was grating and deafening and awful. Blinding multicolored lights cut through the darkened cellar. Many supervillains in cloaks Catsuits or armor were dancing, showing off to one another, or simply fighting. Awesome, isn't it? Awesome, isn't it? Tyler shouted. I often come here at nights when I can't get away from Uncle Claw. Penny's response was thankfully drowned by the music. Okay. Tama yung pagkabas mo next. Penny could see a bar right at the back of the room as they made their way towards it. A silver-clad young villain with red scars on his face aimed a laugh at Talon. Hey, Claw! What's this I hear about you saying, little kids? Talon gave him an evil look that fitted right into the Super Village Club. I bet you didn't hear your charge sheet today, Razorburn. Oh my god. You! Want to watch yourself? A uniformed pig cape villain yelled. 3 acts of kindness and you're out of this place. Rule 7, paragraph 3. No one asked you, Captain Pedantic. What the fuck is those names? Penny yelled as someone tickled her. She turned to see a girl with masses of red hair, a big grin, and even bigger hands. Talon laughed. You heard of the Joker and the Riddler? She's the Tickler! Wow, ganda na tawa ko dun. Penny was glad to reach the bar. Talon ordered 2 colas from a dark-haired girl whose face and ears were covered with piercings. Her nose, upper lip, and eyebrows had 4 rings each. Penny searched her pocket for change as Talon passed her drink to her, but he grinned again and shook his head. No one pays here. Leave's not up front. It's a subscription. We pay 5% of our little. No one pays here. Leave's up. Okay, I'm gonna end this for now. I'm lost. Where the fuck did I just stop? Oh no. No one asked you, Captain Pedantic. Penny yelled as someone tickled her. She turned to see a girl with masses of red hair, a big grin, and even bigger hands. Talon laughed. Visit ayoko na. You heard of the Joker and the Riddler? She's the Tickler. Penny was glad to reach the bar. Talon ordered 2 colas from a dark-haired girl whose face and ears were covered with piercings. Her nose, upper lip, and eyebrows had 4 rings each. Penny searched her pocket for a change as Talon passed her drink to her. He grinned again and shook his head. No one pays here. Leave's not up front. It's a subscription. We pay 5% of our ill-gotten gains once a year. Of course, most people try to cheat their way out of it. Penny wasn't sure she liked the way Talon spent his evenings. She was fighting a strong urge to call Uncle Gadget and get everyone here arrested. Talon was bellowing to the barmaid. Get that private room for us, Mira. We're meeting someone. The girl nodded and pointed to a door to the right of the bar. Talon took the drinks and led Penny over. She looks like a notebook, but she's a good girl. Mira, crazy about me? Of course. Penny was learning to ignore his attempts to make her jealous. They entered a room that was shabby and dark but a little quieter. There were littered sofas and low coffee tables and a dining table and chairs, all of which had seen better days. Seated at the head of the dining table was a blonde teenage girl with a smart pair of glasses and a smarter expression. She was in a black trouser suit and looked far more stylish and sophisticated than anyone else in the Supervillains Club. A solid gold pendant and expensive earrings complete the effect. Penny noticed the earrings were set with rubies. Ruby gave Talon a coolly amused look as he entered. I forgot her voice. I've been waiting for you after what you did down our way, Zax. I've been waiting for you after what you did down our way. Zack's eagles around his ankles as are Jack's trousers. They were looking for you, Talon. You're lucky I'm a free agent. Like the new outfit. She looked Talon up and down, then aimed her next remark at Penny. He's such a show-off, isn't he? He's just a little class boy, trying to be street. She turned back to Talon. He's nice, just your type. Blonde, clingy, thinking you're wonderful. Talon said nothing aloud, but his eyes were saying it all. Penny was beginning to realize he liked girls who challenged him and put him in his place. Her eyes narrowed a little. This girl had been more than just a fellow PhD student. They sat around the table like an awkward business meeting. Ruby was still cheering. So, you're looking for this artificial intelligence? It's dangerous, There was a 10-day journey across the dark web to find it. It was behind firewalls a mile high. Was? A smirk came to Talon's face. Ruby laughed. Oh, yeah, I found it. Save you the bother. Even downloaded it, crashing 3 computers in the process. But it's mine now, though I'm open to offers, Spiky boy. So, how do we know you got it? Penny asked. Ruby acknowledged this with a nod. She's smart. Where'd you find her? I'm not stupid, And I watch the news, particularly when metal spiders are on. Your HQ, Penny Gadget, niece of that bionic Clouseau, who gets all the airtime. Don't try to arrest me, darling. You'll never get out of here. Penny scowled. You didn't answer my question. Ruby pointed across the room. Penny and Talon saw a small section of wall that was swirling and transparent, full of strange patterns. That's what the owl can do. Bend reality, turn virtual reality into actuality in the hands of the right person, or indeed the wrong one. It could build a virtual yet physical world. Penny looked back at Talon. His eyes were glittering with greed. How much? Ruby laughed again. Spoken like a true claw. She moved her hands and opened a holographic screen. A bank transfer form appeared, already near completed. 70% of all Mad's operation for the next year. I'm sure you know how to forge your uncle's electronic signature. Penny's eyes grew. Even Talon hesitated. You'll soon find out. If I do this, I can never go home. Ruby shrugged. Talon reached for the screen. Okay. Talon! Penny yelled. Talon turned back to her. Pen, could you wait outside for a minute? Penny was only too pleased. She didn't want to witness a crime at this level. She was torn between calling HQ and just going home. Something made her stay. She watched through the crack in the door. Talon reached for the screen and made the signature, then went to Ruby. Okay, I'm not screening. Penny froze as she saw Talon put his arms around her and kiss her. They had clearly done this before. She couldn't stand anymore. She turned and ran across the crowd, back towards the main door, pushing evil villains out of her way. She was halfway home when Talon soared alongside with his jet boots and came to land beside her. Pen! What's up? What's up? He grinned as he saw Penny's expression. Oh, you saw. You just betrayed me again, didn't you? I wish I'd never... She stopped as Talon held up an object in front of her. Gleaming beneath the dim street lights was Ruby's pendant. Penny noticed the shape of it for the first time. Slim, rectangular with steel contacts at one end. It was a USB drive. The AI, all ours, Pen. Before I joined Uncle Claw, I was a pretty good pickpocket. The cute kid at the railroad station would lose his mom or his daddy. You robbed her while you were actually... Look, Penny felt sick. Talon smirked. But what about the transaction? 70%. Talon looked at his control bracelet, which is canceling itself about now. Penny stared at him. She realized Talon was even more dangerous away from Mad. But they all be after you now. Ruby! Jack! several Christmas card lists this year now. Huh? Yeah, I'm off several Christmas card lists this year now. He came. Visit, ang pangit na tono! Yeah, I'm off several Christmas card lists this year now. He came forward and kissed Penny before she could think of stopping him. We'll investigate this ourselves first thing tomorrow. There's a lot we can do with this AI pen. Hey! He displayed the pendant in front of her. It's a pen drive! Penny groaned. See you in the morning? I'll bring croissant. Sleep well. He made a perfect vertical take-off and disappeared. Penny was left to return home alone. I feel sad for Penny. Uncle Gadget had gone to bed when Penny returned to the apartment block, and Penny wouldn't have wanted to tell her story to him. In any case, how far had she fallen since joining up with Talon, paralyzing the city traffic, making enemies of teenage gangster? And now she was implicated in stealing a dangerous artificial intelligence that couldn't change the nature of reality itself. She entered the apartment and found 2 mugs of hot chocolate waiting on the dining table. Seated there, patiently waiting for her, was Brain. For as long as she could remember, he had been there for her. She went and hugged him. Oh, Brain, I can't handle this anymore. Everyone thinks Talon and I did all these great things, and it's all lies and disguises, and now... She told him about the AI. I should go straight to Chip Quimby, but I'm involved, and I don't want to get Talon into trouble. Brain, in spite of what he's done, he's brilliant. If only he'd come back to our side. He just can't help himself. He's a claw, through and through. Greed and power get him every time. If he gets control of this AI, I don't know what he might do, Brain. I don't want him to go to prison. Brain made a sympathetic noises like that. He could pretty much talk too, seldom did. These days, only Penny knew. What should we do, Brain? She heard Brain's response. Go to bed? Sounds good. She drank the rest of her chocolate and they called it a night. Penny woke up next morning determined to do the right thing. She would see Talon today, and if he still refused to change his way, she would break with him, go into HQ, and tell them all she knew. Shoo! She got up, showered, and dressed, absolutely sure that what she do. Be serious, Nix. Be serious. She got up, showered, and dressed, absolutely sure that what she'd do. Then she went into the living room to find Talon, already seated at the breakfast table with Uncle Gadget. He had kept his promise about the croissants anyway, chocolate ones. They were already enjoying them. He had just finished some joke and Uncle Gadget was laughing. Penny looked at him, and all her resolve crumbled to dust. He was back in his good boy outfit and looked ridiculously sweet. She noticed a gold chain around his neck. He was giving the pendant shape. It was plain enough in design to pass for boys generally. Penny, hi! Uncle Gadget smiled. Your friend here was telling me about the really cool juice bar he took you to after the Save the Whale meeting last night. Talon gave Penny a virtuous smile. Penny sat beside him and tried to eat. Opposite her, Brain was looking doubtful. After breakfast, Talon helped clear the table again. Then he reached beneath and produced a laptop from his bag. Is it okay if I use the internet, Inspector Gadget? I want to see how our pro whale petition is doing. Then I'm signing up for a course in professional ethics. Of course, Talon. I've got some late spring cleaning to do. Go, Gadget, vacuum. Inspector Gadget gave a yell as a vacuum cleaner emerged from inside his shirt, dragging him out of the room and into his bedroom. Talon closed the living room door. There's no living room door in Penny's apartment. That should keep him quiet for a while. He looked at Brain. Can you take yourself for a walk or something? Brain growled. Talon shrugged. Okay, stay and witness a scientific discovery. We're about to see what Ruby find out. Come on, Pen. Ba't ganun boses ko pag yung boses ko si Talon? Ganda nga kahapon. He went and drew the curtains, switched lights on. We don't want to be observed. He started up the laptop. I want the proper thread. I want the proper thread technology for this. Not plugging this into thin air. Shit. Reluctantly, Penny sat beside him at the table. He removed the USB from around his neck and inserted it into the computer. Penny felt very uneasy. She could see the screen reflected in Talon's glittering eyes. He was obsessed. Nothing was going to come between him and his lust for power. He was typing and clicking rapidly. All downloaded across 4 folders. All downloaded across 4 folders. Oh, Ruby, you beauty. Password protected. Ha! What she think this is? Oh my god. All downloaded across 4 folders. Oh, Ruby, you beauty. Password protected. Ha! What she think this is? An online supermarket? Soon have this open. He typed faster and faster, then he fell back in his seat with a yell of triumph. Got you! Suddenly, all the overhead lights went out. Then Penny and Talon and Brain found themselves bathed in a deep red glow. A strong wind was blowing. Penny realized it was coming from the air vents. She went and fiddled with one of them. The apartment seemed to have taken on a life of its own. She ran back to the table as a smirking face appeared on the screen. It was a boy a little older than herself and Talon, with blonde curly hair and a face that was pure evil. He looked like a fallen angel. At the sight of him, even Talon looked afraid. Zack! Hey!
Hey, Talon. Oh my god, ang ganda na boses mo.
Hey, Talon. Zack's voice was deep.
Hey, Talon. Hey, Talon. Hey, Talon. Hey, Talon. Like that.
Zack's voice was very deep and very quiet, which made it all the scarier. He had the sound of someone who might just shout at any moment if you made him. How's it going? I heard you were after the AI, but obviously I wasn't just gonna let you steal it, so I've sent you this little surprise instead. There was a brief glimpse of Ruby smiling in the background. There was an identical USB pendant hanging around her neck. Zack pointed to it. Oh yeah, we still got the AI. I didn't like what you do to Zack or Ruby, so I decided to teach you a little lesson. Penny and Talon exchanged guilty looks. Brain growled. Ruby used the AI to bend reality and make a little simulation. We just took control of your girlfriend's apartment and returned it into an escape room. Penny and Talon and Brain looked around as the apartment grew darker. Talon went and flung aside the curtains. Virtual shutters closed over the window, blocking out the world outside. Inspector Gadget entered. If you kids want any more coffee... Uncle Gadget, no! Penny saw all the doors of the room shrink and disappeared. She ran and touched the walls, but they were solid plaster, painted in the same colors as the rest of the apartment. There was no way out. The laptop screen took on a heading. Escape room! Zack's face was now in a window in a corner of the screen. Now, Talon, Penny, Robocop, there's 3 puzzles coming your way. Can you find your way out? If not, there's a very big bomb in the basement of the block. Time to go off in 5 minutes. And you might want to think about the people in the other apartments. If you all want to get out alive, start thinking! His smirk grew bigger. I'll be sticking around to oversee the result. By the way, Talon, keep your claw off. Oh, wait. I'm like, by the way, Talon, keep your claw off. Ba't ganon ang pangit ng boses ko? By the way, Talon, keep your claws off of my sister. He disappeared from the window, and his place was a countdown. 5:59, 5:58, 5:57. Okay. Penny ran and checked the landline. Her private cell phone, and her codex. Everything's dead, including us. If we can skip from here. You idiot, Talon! If you hadn't been so greedy for power and robbed that girl, excuse me, if you hadn't caught Jack with his trousers down. Inspector Gadget looked bewildered. Did I miss something? He'd heard the threat anyway. We need to solve these puzzles, and fast. Look! He pointed to the countdown. Look! Here's the first one. They watched as the text spelled itself out across the screen. What's happened twice in a week, never in a month, and once in a year? Talon gave the screen a glare. That's pure Ruby. She always liked this logic stuff. He reread the question. Ha! I got it! In your face, Zach! He gave Penny a smiled look. Haven't you worked it out yet? Talon, even you haven't got time to be conceited with a bum underneath us. What is it? Talon answered by typing and pressing enter. The letter E. There was a short electronic fanfare. Talon whooped and punched the air. His triumph was short-lived. Another riddle appeared. One for Penny. I'm sorry for shouting because I don't know what will be the effect of that after recording this. Let's do ASMR, baby. Kidding. One for Penny. You're driving a bus across Metro City. At the first stop, 3 people get on. At the second, 2 get off, and 4 more get on. At the third, 5 more get on, and 2 get off. What is the name of the bus driver? Talon clutched his face as a gag suddenly appeared across his mouth. He tried to get it free, but it wouldn't move. Penny realized it wasn't real. It was another piece of actualized virtual reality, like the wall at the club. Oh, so I can phone a friend. Takes a lot. She read the question again. 3 on, 2 off. So that's 8 passengers at the end. How do I know the driver's name? Her eyes went to the countdown. She became aware of Brain leaping up and down and pointing at her. Then she understood. Of course! It was right at the start! I'm the bus driver, right? She longed for the keyboard and typed. Penny. She pressed enter. There was another fanfare, and suddenly Talon was free. He gasped for breath. Jeez, someone's a sore loser. I got that right away. Jeez, someone's a sore loser. I got that one right away. The third question appeared. Smart, aren't we? So, tell us what we're saying here, Spectre. The rhyme in the word. Time's running out. Why you are you acre, why for me? There were 2 more strangled cries and a stifled bark as Talon, Penny, and Brain all found themselves gagged. Only the Spectre was left. He stood in front of the computer as time ticked down. Why you are? Why? Oh, go gadget thinking cup. A mortar build slid out of his head and almost knocked him out. Knock him out. Where the fuck am I? Knock him out as it fell into place. Now, why tooth? Why S? 2 eyes. Yeah, 2 eyes. You are 2 eyes. You be, I see you are 2 wise for me. 2 right, teenage hoodlums. He made a grab for the keyboard and typed the rhyme. His gloves getting in the way, he had to use backspace 3 times before he got it right. Then he pressed enter. There was a final fanfare and the gags disappeared. Everyone cheered as the apartment door reappeared and the windows and lighting returned to normal. Hey! Hey! Talon blinked at Gadget. You're okay in an emergency, aren't you? Mali. Hey! Talon blinked at Gadget. You're okay in an emergency, aren't you? Gadget beamed. Simply a case of keeping a cool head. Oh, nice one! They all stopped celebrating as Jack reappeared on the screen. You found your way out. Unfortunately, the challenge isn't quite over. The bomb's sealed beneath the building and only I can deactivate it. Can you find me? He disappeared, replaced by the countdown. Shit. Oh my god. I can't believe it's been 3 days since I'm recording this. I should be aware. One day, I'm gonna re-record this again. Because my voice of talent didn't match the essence of talent. And this is day 1 of Carrie not being active on Instagram. I kind of miss her. Oh no. But I hope if you found this record, I don't know what to say. Enjoy. What else? I'm lost. I lost where I have been. He disappeared. No! Penny glared at the skin. We solved the puzzles. That's not fair. Pen, he's a gangster, seriously in need of help. I don't think fair makes the priority list. So, where is he? Penny thought back. He must be nearby. If he thinks we can find him in 2 minutes. 1 minute 50 actually. Ay, mali. Visit the aso to! Please, stop! I hope this is the quietest area I can find. Okay, let's do. So, where is he? Penny thought back. He must be nearby if he thinks we can find him in 2 minutes. 1 minute 50 actually. Shut up, Talon, now! Penny thought hard. Wait, what did he say right at the start? Talon thought back. I'll be sticking around to oversee the result. Oversee? He and Penny grabbed each other's hand as one they shouted. The roof! There's a roof terrace up here. There's a roof terrace up there. Penny ran for the door and the others followed. Has he got jet boots? Yeah, I sold him to him. Ruby too. So they'll be planning a getaway? Penny stopped by the reappeared front door, hit the panic button that sent an emergency message to HQ. Then she went onto the landing and hit the fire alarm. Come on! All the other residents were leaving the building as Gadget, Penny, Talon, and Brain ran up the steps on to the roof terrace. One man looked puzzled. It's all about the AI. Hey! You're wrong! You're going the wrong way! Penny flung open the door to that flat roof. There were potted plants up there and some varnished wooden benches. Seated on one of them, holding a tablet between them, were Zack and Ruby. Right! Talon reached for his wrist and zapped himself into his black uniform with a T on the belt. He grabbed the laser from his belt and threatened Zack. Stop that bomb! Now! Zack smirked. Doesn't work that way, Talon. You fire that, you'll destroy this. And the owl. He ripped the USB from Ruby's neck. She gave a cry of pain. Talon's eyes blazed. Zack, you give the rest of us... Huh? Mali. Zack, you gave the rest of us villains an even better name! Zack held up the pendant. Your move. Your move. Like, he edged away from Talon across the rooftop, then grabbed Penny, using her as a human shield. He was heading for the edge of the roof, but then heard police sirens below. The others looked down. HQ had arrived. There were 2 police cars and armed agents in the courtyard. The fire service was there too, and army bomb disposal. Even Talon didn't quite dare to move. Penny wasn't wearing her jet boots this morning. Zack held on to her. Give me your bracelet. I want to know all you know about this owl. AI. Ba't kasi L?
Bye.
I'm gonna redo this. Give me your bracelet. I want to know all you know about this AI. Slowly, Talon removed the control bracelet and threw it to him. Zack searched for Penny's wrist. You too. He removed Talon's watch but rejected Penny's old computer watch. Tat! Still holding her with one arm, he stuffed the devices into his pocket. Come on, Ruby. Ruby started to settle towards the edge of the roof. Everyone below was looking up, but not daring to intervene. Even Inspector Gadget didn't know of a gadget that could help now. Zack suddenly gave Penny a shove, sending her flying across the roof terrace into Talon's arms. He engaged his jet boots and made a quick takeoff. Come on, Ruby, we're out of there. We're out of here. When the network gets the AI, we'll rule this city. He smirked. The rest of you are gonna stay here and go boom. Quietly, Talon produced a small remote control device from his pocket. Zack! It was only then that Penny remembered Talon's watch. Talon pressed a button and the watch exploded in a cloud of evil-smelling smoke, taking Zack with it. Luckily, it was only a comedy bomb, but it wrecked his boots and left him a soot-covered wreck, with only his eyes still visible. He fell a vast distance into the courtyard below. The fire service had a blanket ready to catch people, but no sooner had he landed than HQ agents were there. Bundling him up into a police car, he was still smoking in every sense. Ruby gave the scene below a brief, amused look. Time to go. I think. Bye, Talon. It's been fun. Penny suddenly looked at her remaining watch. Hey, what about the bomb? Ruby grinned. What bomb? I built the escape room. You don't think I'm crazy as Zack, do you? Talon gave her a look of respect. The others were open-mouthed. Open-mouthed, Ruby smiled. See you, bad boy. She returned to Penny. Make sure he behaves himself in the future. 2 jets of fire and she was gone, disappearing back into Metro City. Inspector Gadget looked over the parapet. We better get down there. There was a buzz of excitement as Inspector Gadget, Penny, Brain, and Talon emerged into the courtyard. From the police car, the exploded Jack glared at them. Chief Quimby was here, and looking pleased. He was even more pleased when Penny told him there was no bomb. He shook their hands, or in Brain's case, paws. Well done, all of you. We've been trying to catch Zack for months, and we pick up Jack trying to break into a department store and steal a pair of braces. For once, Inspector Gadget wasn't taking the credit. He brought Talon over. It's this young man you want to thank, Chief. He's the one who brought Zack down and saved Penny's life. He helped me solve the puzzles too. Smart work, Chief Quimby said. There were cheers from the crowd. Talon acknowledged them modestly. Penny narrowed her eyes. That boy got away with everything. First thing tomorrow, Talon, said Chief Quimby. You must come and see in my future office. We need to talk about your future with HQ. Talon grinned. Cheers, Chief. There were more cheers as Talon made his way through the crowds. He stopped once or twice for selfies and autographs. Penny caught up with him outside the gates to the block. You just got away with it again, didn't you? You always get away. Hey, how's about saying thank you if I hadn't booby-trapped that watch? If you hadn't stolen that AI and robbed Ruby, never mind trapping us on... Oh my god. Why do you have to be like this? If you hadn't stolen that AI and robbed Ruby, never mind, never mind trapping us in our own apartment. Shame about the control bracelet. I've had that since I was a little claw. Still, I can build another. And now Chip Chip thinks you're a hero? Why? Do you want to be the only one around here? Talon paused. Shame about the AI though. The USB went up with Zack. Now we'll have to start researching all over. He stared at Penny as she held up Ruby's pendant. This one, you mean? Pen! He was holding on to me for a quite while. You're not the only one who can do sleight of hand. Penny, I love you. Talon reached for the pendant, but Penny held it away from him. Oh no, you don't. This time, I'm keeping it safe. It's going straight into HQ. She fastened the chain around her neck. Professor Monk-16 can take a look at it. I need to save you from yourself. Talon grinned. I have... Trying to reform me again? Well, maybe you're right. The way Chip Quimby's talking, I could be on the next desk from you by the end of the week. Oh, great. Oh, great! Talon came and stood a little nearer to her. How about dinner tonight? A proper night out this time? No strings. Penny hesitated, then she let him embrace her. Okay. There's something I wanna ask ya. He kissed her, gave her a cheeky wink, then moved off. Penny watched in amazement as he took off and disappeared into the heart of Metro City. Then her hand flew to her neck. There was nothing there. Talon! Talon made a perfect landing. He had much further to go. Plans to make, but the day was warm and he felt like a walk. He touched the pendant around his neck. The day was good. Penny was good, and he felt good and evil. This was how he wanted his life to be. He had it all. HQ believed in him. The world thought he was a hero. He had defeated Zack. He had the AI, and he had some very special plans for Penny. Walking along a residential street a mile outside the city center, he stopped. A black stretched limo came to a halt beside him. As if of its own accord, a rear passenger door opened. Talon saw the man logo upon it. A gentle but familiar voice came from within. Talon, my boy, won't you talk to me? Talon recognized his uncle's voice and wanted to run, but his natural curiosity took over. Uncle Claw had never spoken to him like that before. He went and sat in one of the comfortably upholstered seats of the limo. To his surprise, the door didn't slam, and he wasn't whisked away. There was a mocha coffee and some chocolate chip cookies waiting for him. Talon's absolute favorites. He could partly see his uncle on the monitor mounted on the seat in front. Talon, I'm impressed. I was watching Metro News. I saw you beat Jack. Imagine this is Dr. Claw's voice because I don't really want to ruin my voice in just reading this line. Okay? Talon, I'm impressed. I was watching Metro News. I saw you beat Zack. I'm most grateful to you. His defeat will set back the network's plans considerably. Talon was silent. He still didn't trust that voice. Why don't you come home and we can discuss your future? Mad Cat is out of favor since she chewed my slippers. You're my obvious heir. Let us talk. Now, you have the AI. I know you'll have many plans, and I'm most keen to hear them. Talon hesitated. He looked at the monitor, then back in the direction of Gadget's apartment. He took the USB from around his neck. What? Gadget's apartment. He took the USB from around his neck. He came to a decision. Yay. Yay. Okay. Let's go, Gadget. When it's a claw, it's not a claw. After I draw it. I'm in a trouble drawing Talon's chubby face. I don't know how to draw chubby kids, but I hope it will look good. It will turn out good, and I'm still on hiatus on my Instagram account because the reason why I'm on hiatus, I don't on a break better, is because I don't have a motivation to draw anything. I'm just, drawing as much as I can so that I can do a schedule posting later because school is here back once again and I don't want to make my Instagram inactive. I want my Instagram to grow more because that's my goal since I was a little kiddo and I don't know Instagram yet. Now I know. My goal this year is to have 10,000 followers, but I wish someday Inspector Gadget will rise. The fandom will get a lot of will be bigger someday, and I hope I can make it go big. That's my really goal. Um, why am I talking like this? So yeah, I really miss her. When she find this audio record of mine, what will she react? I kind of feel sorry for her. And the reason why I don't talk to her that much because I don't know what to say. I am out of words to say and I don't know what to say. And I don't want to talk because I might end up um speaking more something that could upset her somehow. I don't know. Because me being a blabbermouth sometimes could upset someone and could annoy. That's why I ended up not speaking and waiting for someone to message me first so that I could spread I could um tell them about whatever. I don't really know. So that's how it goes. Oh my god, it's 1 hour and 50 minutes. I think I'm gonna end this now. Bye. I really hate my impression of Talon's voice these days, but I like the old ones. I like the first time I read this, but the tune is not really good. But the voice is good. The voice is very good. So I'm gonna end this now. Bye bye.